everybody. It's a new week. A new week. New week. But will it be the same story? Let's go. Let's go. Good morning, Zen Method. How are you, my friend? Here we are, everybody. Here we are. Here we go, Zen Method. With the first tiny trick. Oh. User, heart me, the goat. You're awesome. Good morning. See if I can move this up a bit, a smidge. There you go. User, thank you. Good morning, everyone. Get your heartbeats in. Get your heartbeats in, everybody. Good Preet, good morning. SM Tracy, good morning. Teddy Flows. Mr. Dave, yes. Mr. Dave, we turned on some more filtering on the chat in there, so to help you out a little bit, all right? Candy! Powder! Marcus! Hello, everybody. Hello. New week. But will it be the same story for most of you? It will be. Let's go. Let's go. As you're coming in, tap that screen. Share the live. Nikki Smooth with the rose. Thank you, Nikki Smooth. Matt Dixon, thank you for the share, tap, heartbeats. Let's go, let's go. Get your heartbeats in. Over there on the tubes, good to see you. Good to see you. The super chats are open. Shelly Stringer, good morning. Mr. Dave with the $1.99 super chat over there on the tubes. Good morning, everyone. It's a new week. Is this week going to be like last week? Are you hoping, wishing, and praying that it's just dramatically, miraculously going to be different? Did you do anything over the weekend to study, to train yourself on how to be a trader? Or are you just rolling the dice as usual? Good morning. We are at 7.6 thousand likes. Dan with the rose. Hello, Dan. As soon as we hit 10,000 likes, everybody, we're going to get this party started. We got our whip zones in place for a lot of these. I did them right before I came on. So the whip zone's in place. Good morning, everyone. Hope you're doing well. My name is Voss. I've been trading for 21 years. Can't believe we're halfway to 22 already. All we ask that you do is tap the screen, share the live, donate when you can. Isaac Andrews with the $1.99. Yes! Super chat over there. Let's go. User with the finger heart, Liz. If you're here for the first time, hit that follow button. We're on every day, Monday through Sunday for you. Manny being Manny with the love you. Thank you, Manny. Meg Cherry with the roses. Yes. Over there on the tubes, make sure we're tapping. Make sure we're tapping over there. All right, here we go. Miss Market, we are in a narrow state. We are in position 1 to the upside. As I said over the weekend on Miss Market, your 8 and your 20 are still nice and tight. You still have room to the upside, everybody, okay? What you want to be careful here on the SPY and Miss Market is you want to be careful right here around 639 and 640. Those are your next two major resistance levels, 639 and 640, okay? Coming back down under the whip zone of 636, which is very possible, you will have room down to 634. Mark that down. That's where you will be met by your 1 hour 20, okay? So mark those levels down, everybody. Let me drag this over a smidge bigger so you can see that SPY. If you want to know what chart we're on or what time frame, you'll see the watermark right behind, okay? Right here. That's the hourly time frame. That is the SPY. Let me move this over a little bit more. There you go. Now you all can see it, okay? We're going to head over to AMD. AMD, our whip zones are in place. We are in a neutral state. We are in position 2 to the downside here on AMD. We got to be careful on AMD at 170. We have our 5-minute 200 in the way to the downside, okay? On the 15-minute, coming back over the whip zone at 173.33, we have our 15-minute 200. So you got major resistance to the downside, and you got major support to the downside and major resistance to the upside here on AMD. If you get under that 5-minute 200 with a retest, you will have room back down to 158, okay? 158. Coming back to the upside here, my traders, we have to get over 173.33 to the upside, and then you'll have room up to 176.50, and then 177 pivots here on AMD. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Good morning, Tenny, Flows, Oscar, SM, Kaya in the house. Amazon. Ooh. Right now on Amazon, we are in a narrow state. We are in position 2. Watch this pivot up here at 223.82, 224 area, just like I told you on AMD on Friday. Watch 224 right here on Amazon to the upside. You got your pivots right there, okay? 224, you also got your hourly 200 right there. Hourly 200 in the way to the upside on Amazon. Now coming back down under 222, the whole number, get under that whole number of 222, you will have room down to 220.50 and then 220 whole number right here. First stop, second stop to the downside on Amazon. Let me move this over so you can see it. Uno, dos, under 222. Facial Blaster with the heartbeat. Yes, facial. Meg Cherry. Yes, thank you, Meg. Powder, Marcus, Candy. Thank you. Let you go, MU. Look at that beautiful chat over there with the new filters in place, huh? The mutants are no more. All right, we got MU right here, everybody. Hold on, everybody. Just had to do it. I mean, you have to do it, right? All right, here we go. MU, we are in a neutral state. We're starting to get a little wide here on MU. Would I be looking long on this? No. I'm actually going to put MU on watch for a short at the open here. We're at 125 currently. That is your gap up. You are in that neutral state. I'm not going long there, you silly gooses. You silly gooses. Your next level of major resistance on this is 126. 126 area right here. Okay, let's back this up. You have major resistance. That's where I'll be looking for my short. I'm looking for a tail to bounce off of that back to the downside. Now you may ask, well, Voss, how long are you going to take this to the downside? Well, we're going to show you right now. Woo! My 25% retracement level is right here around 122. I mean, my 50%. My 25 is right here around 123. So as we start coming back down, those will be my two levels. I may start shorting as we're heading up to really build some size in this on MU so I can gain nice shares on this. But 126 will be the bullseye that I'm looking to bring this baby back to the downside on MU, okay? Apple. If you are here for the first time, hit that follow button. We are on every day, Monday through Sunday is. Apple right now, neutral state. You are in the old goody whip zone, okay, on Apple. To the downside here on Apple, under 226.71. You have room back down to 221 hold number. All right, so mark that down. Back over the whip zone of 229.72, 230 area. You'll have room up to this double top, 231 on Apple. He's loving it. It's nice when the mutants can't get in, huh? Yes. AMD. AMD right now, we are in a neutral state, bearish neutral state. You're also in a bearish position, so the stars are aligned here. You're in position two to the downside here on AMD. Your only issue is you have that 200 right there, 170.24. And right below you, you got the whole number of 170 here on AMD. Watch that support level, okay? Coming back up on AMD, you got to get over the 15-minute 200 of 173.33. And then you'll have room up to 176.50. And then 177. PLTR as we move up the board. PLTR, the whip zone is in place. Right now, we're in a neutral state inside that whip zone currently, okay? Let's go to the 5. Under the whip zone of 184.96, you have room down to 182.56. That's your first level of support right there. That's your 5-minute 200 waiting for you, okay? On the 15-minute, you will then have room down to 178. That's your next pivot under that 200 here on PLTR. As we head back up to the upside, you're going to watch your whole numbers above 187.63, 188, 189, 190 to the upside. You are in a narrow state. We're going to head over to our daily here. As you can see in our daily on PLTR, our 8 is starting to get a little far from our 20, and we are way too far from the 8. So you should be getting a nice pullback on this, okay? Let's go, let's go. The Qs. Remember, this is not financial investment or tax advice. This is for education purposes only. You must trade at your own risks. Trading is risky. The Qs neutral, position 1 to the upside here on them Qs, okay? We got to be careful on those Qs. We got the whole numbers above us, all right? 575, 576, 577. That's your next level of resistance coming up the board here on the Qs. Under the whip zone of 573.54, you will have room down to 570 hold number. First stop, 570 hold number on the Qs, okay? You also got double confirmation on this because you got your hourly 20 there at 570 as well. How we doing, everybody? Are we going to have a green week or a red week in the market? Are we going to be green or are we going to be red? We're halfway through the month. King J, Only Dan, Paulo. Thank you, everybody, for those amazing donations. Thank you, YouTube, for all the gifts and the donations over there. I appreciate you. Julian Leon with a little Tesla over there on the tubes. Zen Method with his second Tiny Diny. Thank you, my friend. Tesla, right now, you are in a narrow state. You are in position 2 to the upside here on Tesla, okay? Coming back down under 327 whole number. Your first level of support will be 323.41 and then 323 whole number, okay? Right now, you're at 335.67 as we come up the board here. First level of resistance on this will be 336. You're coming into that right now. 336 and then 338 here on Tesla, okay? If you get over 338 with a retest, you have room up to this base, 345. Mark that down, everybody. Mark it down. He is. Thank you, Billion Tall, for the follow. PK with the follows. Thank you. Jules Swims with the roses and a dolphin. And Q. All right, here you go on NQ. Currently, you need to get over 23,773.25 right here for a move up to 23,825. Whole number on NQ. You got to get over this base right here, 23,773, okay? 25. Mark that level down. Under 23,708.75. You will have room back down to 23,623.50. This is the channels you will be trading in at the open. Okay, you got to get over that base. Boom and boom. IWM. Good morning, all my beautiful traders. It is a new week. They come quick. The week goes by quick, too. We are in a narrow state here on IWM. IWM is narrow, and it's in position 1. Alert, alert. 5-minute looks good. You're nice and tight. 15-minute to the downside, under 219.90. Watch that 15-minute 200 there. Major support at 219.55, okay? Mark that level down. Coming to the upside. All right, here's a doozy for you, okay? You have room up to 221.44. That is a 1-hour 200 right there, okay? Be careful. That is a 1-hour 200 right there. Then you have a pivot right above it. See it? Right here, everybody. Look. Watch that. You got to get over that with a retest for a move up to 223 on IWM. It's why you must trade on multiple time frames, my beautiful traders. You cannot trade on one time frame because on the 5-minute, you won't see that major resistance in front of you. You silly gooses. Marvel. Right now, we are in a neutral state here on MRVL. We are in position 2 to the upside here on the Marvelicious. You got room up to this pivot right here, $78. That's a whole number. That is your 15-minute pivot here on Marvel. You get over that with a retest, you will have room up to $79. Coming back down here on Marvel, under $76.89, you have room down to your 1-hour 20, which will be a $76 whole number right there. KC with the follow, Davion, yes. Davion with the popular, the heartbeat. Dan with the rose. Thank you. Nvidia. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. We are only at 42,000 taps. We're going to hold the show until we get up to 55,000 likes. Tap that screen, everybody. Let's go. Sadako with the heart me. Thank you. Nvidia coming up once we get those likes up. Same thing over there for you on the tubes. Thank you for the follow, S. Dot. George, thank you for the follow. We got 506 shares. Keep sharing the live. Keep tapping, everybody. Let's go. OMZ with the heartbeat. Thank you. The Matador, Addy, Jor with the follows. Thank you. We are at 50,000 likes. You got 5,000 more. Let's go, my beautiful traders. April Stapleton with the heartbeat. Thank you. $52,000. I like it. Everybody should be tapping throughout the live. Okay, guys, when you can. Come on. Teamwork makes the dream work. Nvidia, let's go. We are in a narrow state here on Nvidia. We are in position 2 to the downside. Here on Nvidia, your first level of support here is 181, hold number, and 5-minute 200. Major support level here at 181 to the downside on Nvidia. On Nvidia, under 181 with a retest, okay, you have room down to 179 on Nvidia to the downside. Now let's make our way back up. Above 183, you got to get over the whole number. 183, your first stop will be this double top here. 183.31, that's a triple top, actually. 183.31, 183.50, and then you'll have room up to 184 pivot on Nvidia. Let's go, let's go, let's go. GLD. GLD, currently you are in a narrow state here, flat narrow state. That's what you want, nice flat narrow states like that. That looks pretty good right there, okay? 308.71. 308.71. I thought this was going to the moon. All right, let's get you some support. There it is right there. First level of major support is your hourly 200. Mark that level down. 308.27. So 308 will be major support level here for you on GLD. Mark that level out, all right? Coming back down to the downside here at 308, your 50% retracement level will be right around 310, 311, coming back up on GLD. Hello, MT Berry. How are you, my friend? Yes, the VIP is open. We had a lot of new VIPers this weekend. So congratulations to all the new VIP. To get into the VIP, you can head over to thevosstrading.com. You can just click the link in my YouTube or TikTok bio. After you click the link, wait a little while, does a quick scan to make sure it's a safe link, which it is, and then it'll bring you to the website. Or you just type in www.thevosstrading.com. That'll get you into the VIP, all the information, 60 plus hours of education at your own pace, plus live trainings by me every Tuesday and Thursday nights. All the info is there. Buckeye with the heartbeat. Andrew the Believer. Buckeye. Soundhound. All the new VIPers, we had 2 of them say this weekend, I wish I joined this sooner. I told you. God darn it. All right, here we go on Soundhound. We are in a narrow state. We are in the whip zone, so we are going to give you the old alert. Hello, Akeem the Dream. Watch that 200, though, okay, my Soundhound traders? Soundhound, you got room to the downside. 1276 will be your first stop. That is your first pivot. 1276, you'll be hanging on for dear life. Under 1276 with a retest, okay, under, you'll be coming back down to 1187, $12 hold number area here to the downside, all right? You want to get back over $14, above $14 here, the whip zone, you will have room up to 1416 and then 1426 on Soundhound. Yes, Mr. Dave. SPY. All right, currently right now on SPY, you're in this, I said neutral, but yeah, I'll give you neutral. You're in position 1 in this neutral state on a SPY, okay? Coming back up the board here, your first level of resistance on SPY is 639, and then you have room up to 640. Those are your 2 resistance levels, okay? Under the whip zone of 636 to the downside, you have room back down to 633.65. Hi, Bella.
Hey, Boss, downstairs. Mom, come here.
Come here. Okay, I'll see you later. You want to say hi to everybody real quick?
How did she get downstairs?
She snuck down here. This is my baby Bella, everybody. All right. I got to continue, everybody. I love you. She snuck down here. Bye, baby. Noses? Yes. Dad loves you so much. I see you later. Okay, I got to go, okay? Yeah, yes, that's Wednesday. Bye, Em. I love you. My beauty snuck down here. Oh, she okay? Paulo, Esther Lopez, Jules, thank you for those donations. All of a sudden, I heard little feet. My little one. That is my little baby Bella. She's going to be in the MMA. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. All right, what else are we looking at? Visa. She is tough as a bull. All right, currently here on Visa, we are in a neutral state. We are in position 2 to the upside here on Visa. My wife goes, how did she get down there? Visa, first stop here is your 200 on the 15. 340.87, 341 hold number area, okay? Here on Visa. Back under the whip zone of 335.55. Your first stop is 334, okay? Because you have the base right here. And then under that, you'll be coming back down to 331. That'll be your next pivot on Visa. Jesse's girl. Thank you, Girl Preach. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Teddy Flows. Everybody on TikTok, thank you. I appreciate you. United Health. Right now on United Health, we are in a neutral state. We are in position 2 to the upside currently. Under 248.86, your first level of support here on UNH is 246 hold number and the 5-minute 200. So make sure you mark that down, okay, everybody? As we head over to our 15-minute, also at 247.22, you have the 15-minute 200. So UNH has major support underneath the whip zone, okay? So just be careful with that. As we come back up the board here out of position 2, your first stop on UNH is going to be 259. That's your first base that you're going to run into instead of pivots, okay? Above 259 with a retest, you have room up to 267 right there, okay? Mark those levels down. The Qs. Remember, as always, this is not financial investment or tax advice. This is for education purposes and training purposes only. And you must trade at your own risk. And trading is risky, everybody. Over here on the Qs, we are in a neutral state. 575, 576, 577 will be your next levels of resistance. Your hold numbers coming up the board, okay? You are in a neutral state, so don't think anything's going to the moon here on the Qs, okay? Back under 573.54. That is the whip zone. Get under 573.54. And then we have room down to the first pivot right here, okay? Watch that pivot there at 572 and then 570. Good morning. XAU-USD. Little gold. All right, XAU to the moon. Just kidding. You got to get back over 33.59, 481, and then you have room up to 33.64, 266. You really want to get over this base here because then you'll have room up to 33.74, 464, okay? You have a bigger channel here. You want to get under 33.44.509, and then you'll have room down to 334.26. Thank you for the follow, UK Views. Shelly Galvin with the tiny trick. Shelly Stringer with the heartbeat. Jules Palo. Yes, Boeing. Yes, new VIPer says it's crazy how much different I watch your live today after joining. VIP this weekend is awesome. Thank you, Taco. Yeah, if everyone just listens to me and gets in the VIP, we're going to turn your trading around. I mean, it's inevitable. We are in a narrow state here on Boeing. We are in the whip zone. Hold on. Here it comes. Alert, alert. Above 230.39, up. Under 228.87 down on Boeing. Let's see what we got. To the downside, under the whip zone of 228.87, you have room down to 227 whole number, okay? 227 whole number to the downside. To the upside here, above 230.39, you have room up to 231. Above the whip zone, 230.39. 231 will be your first stop. Your second stop here will be this pivot right over there at 232. Bitcoin? What do I think of Bitcoin? Well, let's see what we got. You're in a wide state here on Bitcoin. Well, one thing I can tell you is you're not going to take this any lower, that's for sure, because this 20 is going to catch back up to that 200, okay? So what you're going to wait for is to get back over this 20, retest it, and then make a move back up to that 200. Let's take a look at the daily on the. I thought Bitcoin was going to the moon again. What the hell happened? I'll tell you what happened. You're too far from the 20. All roads. One got through. Uber. That is a very long song with a lot of guitar in it. Uber. Currently, we are in a neutral state. We are in the whip zone on Uber. This is a perfect example to teach you something. Above the whip zone at the open. Are we going long on that? One got through, yeah. We going long on that to the upside, my beauties. Sadaka with the rose, the popular Frederick with the rose. Thank you, my Frederick. We got 3 tiny Shreks on the board. No, we're not going long there. Why not? Why aren't we going long there? Anybody? No, folks. Yes, correct. You are in a bearish neutral state to the downside. Coming through the whip zone, you will be in a bullish position. You're not going anywhere. You're going to whip around for a little bit. You're going to see tails over here until that 20 catches back up, okay? OMZ with the tiny Shrek. Thank you, OMZ. So let's see what we got here. On the 5, you will have room up to 91.50, okay? Once your 20 catches up. 91.50, you got a double top here. You will have to then get over 91.50 with a retest here on Uber for a move up to $94, all right, on Uber. That's to the upside. Now to the downside, under the whip zone of 89.37, you have a 15-minute 200 right there at 88.72. Mark that down. It's going to be a little choppy at the open today, everybody. Cesar Ramirez, good morning to you. It's going to be a little choppy today at the open, so I need you all to be prepared for that, okay? Tesla. But you won't listen. You'll lose. All right, we are in a narrow state on Tesla. We are in position 2 to the upside here on Tesla. Caesar, under 327 hold number. You have room down to 323.41. Mark that down to the downside, okay? Now let's make our way up here on Tesla. First stop will be 338. Okay, you got a pivot right there. 338, above 338 with a retest. You will have room up to 343. 343. Mark that down. Okay? Coin. Jessica Montalvo. Hello. All right, here we go on the Coinaroonies. You are in a neutral state. You are already in position 2. At the open, Jessica, I want to be looking for this. I would be looking for this, okay? You are in a novice gap here in a neutral state. Up there in position 2 on coin. Let's find our major resistance level. It's going to be right here at 323. That's going to be your first set of major resistance. That is your pivot point. Right there, 323. Don't chase this to the upside, okay? You will be pulling back on this. This is not financial investment or tax advice. This is everything, Anurag. Caesar, you're welcome, my friend. So watch that, okay, Jessica? Now, Jessica, I'm going to give you a golden goose. Are you ready? Right now, your 50% retracement level is around 316, okay? 316. But we said up here at the pivot at 324. So if we make our way up to 324, your 50% retracement level will now be 319. Okay, that's where you can look for a profit short back down to that 50%. So keep that in mind. You're not going to chase this to the upside. We love you, Jessica. Yes, don't chase it. Novice is going to chase that and get wrecked. The Qs. Oh, everybody sing it with me. Let's go. Piano man. All right, the Qs, we are in a neutral state. You're in position 1 here on the Qs. He is. We know on them Qs, we got to watch the whole numbers. 575, 576, yada, 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 yada. Okay? Back under the whip zone of 573.54. Your first stop on this will be where? Well, this pivot right here, 572. Watch that pivot. Boom! And then 570. Boom! On the Qs. Makes love to tonic and gin. Meg Cherry, thank you. Market. We got 2 Daddy Daddy in on the board, everybody. All right, folks, the VIP is open. Will you get in and start to change your trading, or will it be Groundhog Day and you'll continue to lose? TheVossTrading.com. Thank you, Shelly Stringer. TheVossTrading.com is where you go. Thank you, Shelly Stringer. This is for you. You're welcome, Kimmy Dong. You are welcome. Apple. I don't think we did Apple yet today, right? All right, right now on Apple, we are in a, we did. We're in a neutral state. We are in the whip zone. Currently on Apple, you got a double top here, 231. Above 230, you got room to that double top, 231, okay? Under the whip zone of 226.71, you have room back down to 221 on Apple. Let's go, let's go, let's go. You got easy job over there now, Tenny Flows and Mr. Dave. Look at that. Look at those beautiful. Hello, reveling eyes. It's like we have a whole new chat over there. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Google. Patterns, no. And you learn all of that in the VIP, my friend. You will learn how to trade properly. You don't have to use all the bullshit anymore. Google right now, we are in a neutral state. We are in the whip zone here on the Googaroonies. All right, folks, above 202.36, you got room right up to that pivot right there, 203.50. Mark that down, 203.50. Coming back under the whip zone of 201.65, you will have room back down to 201. Hold number first. Those pivots under 201 with a retest, you're coming back down to 199. Everybody sing it with me. PayPal for Trinity. Shelly Stringer with another tiny daddy. Candy with the head mustache. My Candy. What are we doing? Shoot, I missed it. Hood. Do we love this game, traders? Do we love this game? All right now we are in a neutral state on the hood, okay? We are in position 2 to the upside there at 116.54 on Robinhood. You got room up to this first pivot, 117. 117 hold number. First pivot here on Robinhood, okay? 117. Mark that down. Coming back down under the whip zone of 114.46, you'll have room down to 110. Measy, Shelly Stringer, yes, thank you so much. Who completed it? Shelly Stringer completes the Tiny Danny Shreks. Thank you all for all those donations, my beautiful traders. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Amazon, that's what it was. Tracy MU coming up. Right now on Amazon. We are in a narrow state here on the Amazoonies. We are in position 2 to the upside. Let's clean this mess up a little bit here to the upside, okay? You got room. It's very simple. That's why we go to the higher time frames. You have room up to that 200 on the hourly. 224.33. If you get over that with a retest, you'll have room up to 226 on Amazon, okay? Now, under the whip zone. Under the whip zone of 222, hold number, you have room back down to 220.50. Right there. Nice and simple. Hello, Morwadi from India. Much love to you as well, Morwadi. Everyone say hello to Morwadi from India. MU. All right, MU, you're in this neutral state already, Tracy. See it? You already have the novice gap all the way up there in position 3. You're looking for the move back down here, okay? So your first stop on this will be around 223, 222 coming back down on MU. I have this on watch for a short at the open. We know here on MU that we have a pivot up here at 126. Right in this range here. Let me move this over for you. 126. We have major resistance up there in position 3. Little Jack and Diane, everybody. Thank you, John, for the follow. Yes, the John Rooney, the John Man, PLTR. So on PLT trading is this is what it is, folks. Okay, you guys make it way too hard. We are in a neutral state. We are in the whip zone here on PLTR. You got room up to 188. That's where your first pivot is. All right, and hold number 188. As we come down the board here on PLTR, under 184.96, you have room down to 182.50, and then 182, hold number. Hello, Shrisha Patil. How are you, my friend? You want a little Alibaba? I'll give you a little Alibaba. I will give you a little Alibaba. Yes. I marked this out, too, for you. How's that? Right now on Baba, we are in position, the whip zone. You're starting to get wide here. Anything to the upside, my friend, you are going to stay away from because of the state of your stock. You're already starting to get wide on this, all right? Let's see what we got here. Under 119.86, you will have room down to 118.75, 119 area, okay? To the upside, above 121, you got to get over this pivot right here. You'll have room up to 121.30 and then 122. But you're already starting to get into this wide state, my friend. See it? So anything to the upside ain't going. Look at Zen Method. Zen Method and Hillary J.L. Haba. Thank you. Thank you very much. Shalom to you, J.L. Haba. Shalom to you, my friend. NQ. And then we'll do a little XRP. So on NQ, we got to get under 23,708.75, and then you'll have room down to 23,623.50 here on NQ. Back to the upside, you got to get over 23,773.25 for a move up to 23,825 on NQ. XRP for the kiddies. Let's see what we got. Oh, XRP, you're in a wide state. You're not doing anything to the downside. All right? You want to get back over this 20. You want to get over the 20, let that 20 hook. Let that 20 halt you, and then you have room back up to 326. Not doing anything to the downside on this. You're already in a wide state. Little ditty about Jack and Diane. Nothing going on here. Wide state. Nada. Get back over that 20. Let that 20 hook you, and then go back up to that 200, okay? Don't do it. Thank you for the follows, everybody. JL Haba with the lightning and the TikTok music. Yes, my JL. SMCI. Akeem just joined the VIP. Congratulations, Akeem the Dream. Everyone say congratulations to Akeem. He joined the VIP. All right, here we go on SMCI. You are in a neutral state. You are in the whip zone on SMCI. Above 45.23, you have room up to 46.21. You got a dollar move there, okay? Up to that. See that hook right there? That's major resistance. 46.21. Major. Above 46.21, you will have room up to $48 hold number. That'll be your 15-minute pivot, okay? Mark that down. Now, coming back down to the downside here. Under 44.56, you will have room down to $43. We're going to drag this over for you. There's your base. Akeem will get you all tagged up in the VIP chat once we're done here, okay? Just hang tight, my friend. Just hang tight, he is. Meta. All right, Meta, we are in a neutral state. We're starting to get a little wide here on Meta. We're in position 2 to the upside. Would I take this long? No, I'm not taking this long to the upside. Are you kidding me? You silly gooses. You have room up to 774 here on Meta. 774, and then you're going to come into your pivots. You're already in that neutral state to the upside, so forget it. Under 765 whole number, you have room down to 760.58 and 760 to the downside, okay? Meta. All right, C for my Trinity. We are at a neutral state. We are in the whip zone here on C. Above 93.08, you have room up to 93.28. That's your double top. First level of resistance here, Trinity, on C. Under 92.57, you're coming back down to 92.21. It's where your 5-minute 200 is waiting for you, okay? Be careful. AMD, NIC. Hello, NIC. Good to see you over there on the tubes. AMD right now, you are in a neutral state. You are in position 2 to the downside here on AMD. You now are under the 5-minute 200. Okay, this is now resistance coming back up at 170.24, 170 hold number, all right? So you have room to the downside on here. Your next level of support will be 166. So you got to hold that hold number, and then you have room down to 166 here on AMD. To the upside, you want to get back over 173.33, and then you have room up to 176.50. Market. Oh, Mr. Dave, you already did it. Mr. Dave already took care of it. Thank you, my friend. QCOM. I don't think Kieran took his meds this morning. All right, here we are. We are in a narrow state. QCOM. We are in the whip zone. Alert, alert. Under 147 hold number, you got room down to 146.50. Get under the hold number, 147, okay? Above 148, you have room up to 148.40. That's your 15-minute 200. Tenny got that one. Be careful. You have resistance and major resistance and support underneath you here on QCOM. What does that 200 look like? Oh, yeah, that's why it's going to be whippy. All right, look at that 200, folks. This has got to flatten out. SON says, do you have real-time data? No, I have fake-time data. Sometimes I like to put the fake-time data on. Bitcoin is trending. Ooh. The cup and handle. Yes. Keep tapping, my beauties. Coin? Yeah. Bam. Bam, bam, bam. We are in a neutral state on coin. Starting to get a little wide here. You got the novice gap up to position 3. You're not going to go long. 50% retracement is 316. 25% retracement is 318. The only problem you have is that you are in this neutral state already, so you're not going to get that good push. What you want to watch out for here on coin, hopefully you get it, is the break of structure under 316 coming back down to 311. Hakeem, the king, the dream, yes. Only cup and handle that exists is in the 1 hour coffee goes in. Rising up, back on the street. Took my AVGO. And his will to survive. Right now, we are in a narrow state on AVGO. We are in the whip zone on AVGO. We're going to start to the downside. Under the whip zone of 303.76, 303.60, you got a 5-minute 200 right there, okay? Mark that down. Under that, with a retest, you have room down to 302.50, okay, on AVGO. Back over 305.30. Let's see what we got here. Back over 305.30. You have room up to the double top, 307. Whoop, boom, right there. Santosh, you will learn that in the VIP. And if you want to get in there, Mr. Santosh, you're going to head over to thevosstrading.com. Yes, that is where we teach you how to trade properly. That is where your losing will hopefully come to an end. Because if you don't get into VIP, you're going to continue to lose. You know that deep down inside. Thevosstrading.com. It's the women of fight. IWM. IWM, that's a big whip zone right there. You are in position one. This is on watch to the upside on IWM. I just want to make sure. Yes. You have room up to 221.44 here on IWM coming out of that position one. Watch that whip zone. It's a little big, okay? Back under 219.90. 219.90. Let's see what we got. First stop here will be 219.55. That's your 15-minute 200. And then you'll have room down to this base, 218.50. The Meat Daddy is here. The daddy of meat. We got to finish those roses off, all my beauties, as a team, not just one person. As a team. We're almost there. Thank you for the follow, Settling Packs. He is. Right now on Amazon, you're in a narrow state. You're in position two to the upside, but you have the hourly 20 there. You have room up to 224.33 on Amazon, okay? Coming back down under the whip zone, he is. Under 222 hold number, you will have room down to 2. Where the hell is it? Oh, there it is. You will have room down at 221, the 15-minute 200 on Amazon. Shelly Galvins. Yes, my Shelly. Adorable dad. Thank you, my friend. Davy. Thank you, Davy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let me call all these beautiful traders out right here, okay, for all these donations. They deserve it. If I can move this up. Zen Method user Marcus, Nikki Smooth, Dan, Manny B and Manny, Meg Cherry, Facial Blaster, Ballo, Adrian, JDM, Powder, Candy, Marcus, Dan, Manny B and Manny, Hadrian, Shabazz, Only Dan in the UK, Adam, King J, Jules, Davion, Sadaka, OMZ, Andrew the Believer, Buckeye, JL Haba, Esther Lopez, Shelly Galvin, Shelly Stringer, Luli, Opt-in, King, Hillary. Thank you, JL. Adorable Dad, Mark Beza, John, look at all these beauties. Inmar. Ventura! Yes! Thank you, Ventura. I appreciate you, my friend. Jay Ahaba with the TikTok music. Let's go. Thank you for the follow, Natty and Patrick. Heading over to YouTube. Let's go. YouTube, Mr. Dave, Teddy Flows, everyone with the gifts and the super chats. I appreciate you. AMD. AMD, currently right now, you are in a bearish neutral state. You are in position two to the downside here. You're back over that 200. This is a problem here, okay? We're flirting with this 200. You got to get over it with an event back up to 171.45, okay? Or you got to get back under this 200 with a retest, and then you will have room down to that pivot there, 166.85, 167 area, okay, that we called before. Thank you for all the follows, everybody. Danielle, thank you. We're almost at the roses. 80 more. We're at 132,000 likes, my beauties. April, Marcus, yes, to the moon. JPM. Where is my... Oh, there it is. JPM currently right now, we are in a neutral state. We are in position one to the upside. Be careful on JPM. You have your 5-minute 200 right there at 289.40. 241, 289.50, okay? You got to get back over that with a retest up to 290 here on JPM. Under the whip zone of 288, you will have room down to 287. Whoop, right there on JPM. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Thank you, MJ. MJ. Yes, let's go. Tap, 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 tap. VIPers, we'll see you in the VIP chat here shortly. All new VIPers will get you all tagged up in the VIP chat. It is great being here with you. I love you all. We'll see you back on tomorrow. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Have a great day trading, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow.